वेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय गुरुदेवा, जय गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा, जय गुरुदेवा, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, निताई गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे, हरि 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 बोल. Welcome to this wonderful session of discussing in this Kartik month the glories of the instructions which are given by Rupa Goswami. We'll be seeing that how it is crisp and clear, as Rupa Goswami already got these instructions from Lord Chaitanya. So, you see that one thing I would like to point out here, the instructions. Typically, people don't like instructions. No, instructions or from childhood, if somebody gives advice, it is irritating. The mother says, don't do that, don't do this. When somebody gives an advice, it becomes irritating. Hmm? Or somebody gives even instruction. The teacher gives instruction and we are not comfortable. She gives homework or he gives homework, we don't like it. But here you can see the heading, the topic of this book is nothing but Nectar of Instruction, Upatesa Amrita. So there is an instruction, you're going to get instructions, but these instructions are Amrita. What is the qualification of Amrita? Amrita means nectar. It gives life, it is tasty. Sometimes they say that, okay, you take the Karela or whatever it is good for health. But when you take it, it is so bitter, it is very difficult to eat. But generally, the instructions which are given are like that. It is good for you, but it is not palatable. But here, the instructions are given and it is palatable. Okay, so that we're going to see the two differences. Why this is like nectar, how it is nectar. You must be very easily knowing this because this is given by Lord Chaitanya. Okay, so I have a simple question. Have Krishna given instruction when and where?
Krishna gave instruction to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita,
Yes.
Kurukshetra.
Very good. So Bhagavad Gita in Kurukshetra in the warfield, Krishna is giving instruction to Arjuna. So we already have a book, Bhagavad Gita, which is given by Krishna. Then who's Lord Chaitanya?
Krishna himself.
Krishna himself. Very good, very good. Now Krishna is again giving instruction. But there is small addition to Krishna. So why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if it's Krishna himself, why can't we call him Krishna? Actually, what is the speciality of Lord Chaitanya? Krishna is there. Then apart from that, is non-different from Krishna, is Krishna himself. In the mood of?
Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani.
Radharani.
Very good. Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee. She executes excellent devotional service which will please Krishna. It's continuously pleasing Krishna so much so that Krishna becomes attracted to her. That much pleasing is the devotional service which is performed by Srimati Radharani. So, when Krishna gives instruction, that is Bhagavad Gita, now Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani gives instruction to Rupa Goswami in Prayag, and then Rupa Goswami goes and compiles them into a single book, a small text, only 11 text he wrote, and he called it as Upadesa Amrita. So Upadesa, there is Gita Upadesa. Now we have Upadesa Amrita. But that is very Vedic and elaborate. Whereas you see this, Amrita can be directly drunk. So when it can be directly drunk, of course we can hear the Geetam or sound or whatever it is, we'll enjoy it. Of course it is nice. But some Amritam you can just drink. It is so relishable to the tongue also. So it is easily digestible, easily understandable. Because when a devotee explains devotional service, they are expert. The consumer of devotional service is Krishna, the provider of devotional service is devotee. So when the consumer point of, when he is consuming or enjoying the devotional service, when he is explaining it, he can glorify it, he can appreciate it. But the exact step-by-step process or the methodology, he cannot give because he don't have experience. The Supreme Lord Ishvara, he doesn't have that experience. So in order to get that experience, in order to become a fulfilled version, he takes the form of a devotee and he experiences the process of devotional service. That time when he is given Upadesa, that is very much practically applicable to our life. You can very clearly see the sense control was discussed yesterday, Nectar of Instruction verse 1, how easily the sense control was given. We saw that there was a list, tapasya was mentioned, and a list is given. Charity, austerity, penance, so much reading, a lot of scriptures, knowledge, this, that, so much list is given. But when you surrender to a spiritual master who's coming from this devotional parampara of Lord Chaitanya, Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, then you get such an easy process. Nectar of instruction directly coming. So this is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani giving instruction. So it is directly applicable to our life, and while applying, it will be like nectar. It will be like relishable. So there are two things. Sometimes you see that they say that you study very well for the exam, you will get good result and your life will be good. So we have to go a lot of difficulty or austerity in order to attain the result. So to attain the result, so much, it's unpalatable methodology to get the result, right? Same way, when you work hard, then you will get that. You work hard, then we work hard, then everybody will be watching TV, they'll be watching cricket and everything, whatever it is, everything they lose, the boys, and they are really irritated, the school, college girls or the school boys, everybody, whoever is result oriented, and they are doing it, they become frustrated with the process, but thinking that the fruit will be good, and they will sacrifice all this enjoyments, whatever so-called enjoyment. Same with the yogic process, any transcendental spiritual process. The process of a jnani or a yogi is very, very complex. And thinking of the end result, they have to endure so much with all these complexities and difficult, frustrating methodologies. They say that gradually you'll get used to it and your lifestyle will become like that. But it will really take a lot of time, and it is very complex and not comfortable, not natural. But this process of devotional service, the process is also relishable, the result is also relishable. The process is also beautiful, the result is also beautiful. So it's not that in order to attain the result, you need to go. Some people claim that if you are walking in spiritual life in bhakti or whatever it is, like walking on a razor edge. No, that is not the way it is given. It's given Amrita, Amrita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Updesa Amrita. One more we have. What is that? Nectar of devotion. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Rasa Amrita. Everywhere this word Amrita is used, that the Amrita has to mainly some characteristics. First thing, everybody is behind Amrita because it gives life. And the second, the Devas also, the Asuras also, everybody wants Amrita because it gives life. And moreover, to drink it is so nectarian that the alcohol, they say that it gives a lot of intoxicative feeling, but the alcohol gives drinking, it will be very, very pathetic. It's not tasty. So when you inquire a person what is the taste of the alcohol or beer or whatever he's drinking, it's very, very dirty, not palatable. But it gives intoxicated feeling, the feeling or experience which comes later. But Amrita it gives life. It also gives a kind of a positive vibration of intoxication, liveliness. Every part of the body gets rejuvenated and the lifespan is increased. And the experience of drinking is also very palatable and relishable. It's not neither solid nor liquid, it's semi-solid like this. So same way here, nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Upadesamrita, Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Bhakti Rasa is Amrita, that ocean of Amrita. Like this. So this is why? Because it is given by Lord Chaitanya. Only these three books I am talking about Amrita. Vedic literatures, finding in between in Bhagavatam, we can find some words like Amrita, Krishna, your speeches like Amrita, some Rishi Muni will glorify, like Kardama Muni will glorify. Like this, some places we can find, but the book itself is not, it's mostly like strong instructions, Sanskrit verses, which are, and it's difficult to assimilate unless somebody gives a purport and explanation. Here also there is a purport and explanation as per Rupa Goswami given Prabhupada's writing. But the verse itself is directly applicable to a devotee. So this book is specially meant only for devotees. Non-devotees or other yogic people generally don't read this. When otherwise they will still give interpretation, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Uttara Upastha Vegam. Then they'll say, yes, yes, all these Vegam has to come. Yes, yes, true. Prithivim Sasishyat, yes, yes. But what kind of yogi Sishyas? Jnani Sishyas. But for a bhakta, very simple process. Eat only prasadam, talk only about Krishna, think about Krishna. Live a life of conscious about Krishna. Krishna consciousness. So become conscious of Krishna. He is already conscious of you. Krishna is conscious of every living entity, and you are also one living entity. I am one living entity. We are all living entities, and Krishna is conscious of us. All our actions, our thoughts, everything he is conscious of. There is nothing Krishna doesn't know. So he is conscious of me, only I am not conscious of him. So now the connection has to happen. So only we need to connect, and that simple process is given. Very, very, very simple process. So now in this text, your second text, you would have read and come, I assume, that at least you would have gone overview about. So one time, just to repeat after me, we are reading the verse and certain aspects of the purport, not everything. Okay? Nectar of instruction, text 2. Atyaharascha prayasascha
अत्याहार
प्रयासश्च
jalpo niyamagraha
प्रजल्पो
प्रजल्पो
नियमाग्रहः
नियमाग्रहः
janasangascha laulyam cha
जनसङ्गश्च लौल्यं च
जनसङ्गश्च लौल्यं च
tadbir bhakti vinashyati.
तद्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति
तद्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति
This is also one of your memory verse. Atyaha, again repeat, atyaharascha prayasascha
अत्याहार
प्रयासश्च
प्रयासश्च
jalpo niyamagraha
प्रजल्पो
प्रजल्पो
ग्रह
नियमाग्रहः
janasangascha laulyam cha
जनसङ्गश्च
जनसङ्गश्च
च
लौल्यं च
tadbir bhaktir vinashyati.
सद्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति
सद्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति
Okay, so any one of you can read the translation. Before that, I just would like you to tell certain aspects of it so that we can read and continue. Atyahara means ati means more. Ahara means consumption or food. Ahara, we know ahara nidra by maichunam. Prayasam means over enduring or difficult task. I mean, working hard or too much effort is put. Prayasa. Prajalpo means talking so many unnecessary things. Niyama means rules. Niyamagraha means following rules too much or neglecting the rules. Neglecting. Niyamagraha. There are double meaning in that word. We will see that in the purport. Jana Sangha. Jana means general, common, public, non-devotees who are not interested in spiritual progress. So Jana Sangha means mixing with non-devotees. Cha means and, last. Laulyam. Kama. Maybe cha is kama. Laulyam is greed. And Shad. Shad means Shaddaishwarya. We say 6. So we saw that 6 things are discussed in each of the verses. Yesterday we saw 6 senses to be controlled, 6 urges to be controlled. And today we are seeing 6 things to be avoided. Bhaktir vinashyati. Vinashya means destruction. So bhakti will get destroyed by the 6 things. So that 6 things are listed here. Okay, somebody read the translation.
One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. 1. Eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. 2. Over endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. 3. Talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. 4. Practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. 5. Associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And 6. Being greedy for mundane achievements.
Yes. Very simple, clear, straightforward. Eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. Ati ahara. So while memorizing, you can easily remember the verse Ati ahara. Ahara means both consumption of items having many things, and also it means food. And what are all the things which will spoil the bhakti? That's what we are seeing here. And some things are very, very, oh, I have to achieve, I have to get gold medal in Olympics. And like this, we set some target which is unachievable, unrealistic, or it may be achievable, but with lot of efforts. So the human energy should not be wasted in keeping some goal which will bring you frustration in the process of achieving it. Not required. Prayasa is not required. Atyaharascha prayasascha. So over enduring for mundane things that are difficult to obtain. Cannot obtain it. There is a complex process to obtain. Why do you require it? Just give it up. No need. It's all right. So talking unnecessarily, and Prabhupada gives beautiful explanation for all this. If you have studied, read this, then you would have enjoyed. Talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. This all of us know that Prajalpa talking anything other than Krishna consciousness, unnecessary, it will bring up lot of trouble. So this was already discussed in the first verse. Again, this Prajalpa is coming here. And fourth is practicing the scriptural rules and regulation. So this niyama agraha, this is two double meanings are there. Agraha means great desire or eagerness. Agraha means eagerness. Niyama means rules. Some people have so much interest in following the rules. Don't touch that, don't touch it, don't. So sometimes they forgot the whole purpose. That devotion is the primary. But following the rules becomes primary for them. So this niyama agraha means great desire for practicing the rules. So excess following of the rules and regulations, that is also one of the hindering factor. But niyamagraha means the opposite of it, that ignoring the rules. Oh, that is okay. If I don't follow, that is okay. I don't know. So bending the rules according to our convenience and saying that that's all right even if you don't do, but there is a justice, within your heart there is an integrity, right? There is an integrity that you don't break the rules just because of carelessness or taking it very casually. So niyama agraha means ignoring the rules and regulations and acting according to our own whims and fancies. So that is niyama agraha. That will also spoil the devotion. And fifth is associating with world minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. So they talk about so many other things and they're not interested in talking Krishna consciousness. And sometimes we try to fit ourselves within that crowd and we feel very uneasy. As devotees, we may not, sometimes family members or some other far relatives, we may need to keep among them, but they are really not interested. So as much as necessary, just go formality, finish and come back. No mixing, no spending more time, nothing. So that is what is associating. And there's more detail given by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. So being greedy for mundane achievements is the last one. That is laulyam, is greed. Achieving something mundane. So two things is mentioned here about, one is mundane achievement, another is over enduring for mundane things. Being greedy and over enduring, both are wrong. Sometimes we may not endure, but there is a greed for, I can accumulate this much wealth and I can multiply the money like this. If I get into this crypto coin, I can increase. If I do like this, like this. So multiplying money, multiplying property, how to multiply. So this kind of things are called greed. And when this takes over the heart, then the bhakti will dry off. So these are all the certain things which will destroy the bhakti. Vinashyati means one's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. So the devotional service gets spoiled. Is it worthy? Whatever greed we have, is it worthy? So See, this greed, all these things comes from association with worldly minded people. Because worldly minded people are very worldly minded. They want to achieve that and achieve this, and they want to show off. They have to have comparison. So when you mix with them, you get frustrated because they always do comparison. And to keep up to their standard, we really need to go into some irritative process. So better to avoid their association, then all these things will also come down. Let us see how Prabhupada individually, one by one, Prabhupada is giving an explanation. Okay, this already we saw. Okay. First we will see Atyahara. Can any of you tell what is for each one of this, whatever you read, any one point? First thing, eating or collecting more funds than required. Eating more than required or collecting more funds than required. Any of you?
Pratyahara.
So, Mataji,
One
yes.
sentence, not big story. Don't tell everything which you read. Don't read from the book. Just one sentence you tell what you remember. Yes. Who started? Akarshak or
Okay, collecting.
Ram?
Yeah, collecting more than means required. Anything is fund, or you know, eating more than necessity. So Prabhupada here given one example of if you have a land and land and cow, so you can means mitigate this problem of eating and also problem of collecting more. You have sufficient thing to eat and also um, means you can be plain living or high thinking.
Yes,
That
yes, yes. So that doesn't mean that you're living in the city and in an apartment you go and buy one cow and buy one 2 kata, 3 kata land in the city and say that I have a land and a cow. No. If you come to villages in Bengal, you will see some families, Ghosh and people. You will see that they are very, very simple. They'll have some land means really it will be mud. And the house also will be mud. And they'll have 1 or 2 cows and they'll just live like that, manage. They have very, very small area in which they'll put some vegetables, some kadu and pumpkin and they keep changing the items. They don't put mass production. They don't do. You cannot see in Maipur or around the village everywhere 100 acres of one cultivation, whereas which you will see in other places like paddy field, paddy field, paddy field, paddy field, paddy field, paddy field, paddy field. Like this you will see in other places. But here you will see that, especially in Bengal, people are not greedy in villages. So you will see variety. If you just look at if you travel in the village, you'll really be surprised looking at the fields because uniform color you cannot find. There will be light green, dark green, brown, because some places there will be flowers they'll be growing, and some places immediately nearby, everybody has small, small pieces of land, and the small piece they grow vegetables, flowers. Some people grow some trees, mangoes. You cannot see acres of mango trees, which you will see in other places. Mass production, that is greed. So the person will decide, and the land is very, very, because of offering to Lord Hari and the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, everybody is blessing the land because everything is offered to Lord Hari. Then the Bhuma Devi will also produce abundantly, and the Nadis and everybody will also give enough water. Now Indra will also pour rain because the Lord is offered. These are all the signs. We should know the signs properly. Signs of production, signs of nourishment, signs of the world upliftment. What is the signs of not organic farming? It is so foolish people say that organic farming, organic farming. The land is getting spoiled because of fertilizer. If Bhumi thinks she can just, change the soil from below to up, one level, even when you plow the soil, maximum 1 feet you will be plowing or 2 feet you will be plowing. That's all. Reversing the old dry soil on the top will go down and the wet soil from below nourished soil will come up. So we are talking about 1 feet or 2 feet, but Bhuma Devi is very deep. If she thinks a barren land will produce, Indraprastha, a barren land can produce if Bhuma Devi desires. Indra pours rain. All the demigods, they are pleased. If Lord Hari is worshipped, Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. The overall idea is to please Lord Hari. And when Lord Hari's name is chanted and he is offered all the foodstuffs, then there is devotion to Lord Krishna. Automatically the nourishment happens. So the villagers, they really live a simple life with some cows and some land, little land. So that is the model which Prabhupada is talking about in the purport. And sometimes we read it in English, somebody in somewhere in city, they will read and say that, okay, I will resign, I will have some land and cow. No training, nothing, no idea of simple living. And they can hardly manage. And having only cow without the bull or the calf is not good. So if you see the villages, they will have 4 or 5 cows and 1 bull they will have. And then the child will be born and they'll take care. They know how to bring the child up and how to feed them. They're well trained. So of course we need to, some people who are inclined can take it up and do it. Simple way it can be done. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. Next, over enduring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. Any point? Many points are there in each. I'm
Mataji,
asking
Hare
one
Krishna
point.
Mataji.
Yes.
Regarding Atyahar only, another point also mentioned, Prabhupada in purport, like the karmis or the different means mystic yogas or mayavadis, they are trying to do something which is not Krishna conscious, means different. Then that also comes under Atyahar, means or
Very
like the
good.
philosophers, they are
Very good.
writing
Very good.
unnecessary mundane things.
Yes, 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 yes. Unnecessary literature, unnecessary knowledge gaining. And yogis more power gaining, siddhi power, this power, walking on the water, flying in the air. That is also atyahara. What are you going to do with all that abilities? Same way, reading more than necessary, unnecessary mundane scriptures or even Vedic literatures which are irrelevant to Krishna, irrelevant to our connection with the Supreme Lord, gaining so much knowledge. You know what happened? Do you know one person suddenly called me long time back? He was my junior. Then of course he started chanting a little bit and then left it. So one day he called, you know why Ashwatthama did like that? Why you know this? Because some Swamiji has given lecture in the local language, he has heard some stories. So he's telling you are Krishna conscious, you are telling Krishna conscious, but you don't know why Ashwatthama did like this, why Dronacharya did like this. So then knowing lot of information, they think that spirituality, that unnecessarily bring atyahara, proudness, bhakti vinashyati. The bhakti will get destroyed. Too much information. Very nice, beautiful point. Yes. Actually, somebody else also wanted to talk in this. I think Jayalakshmi.
There's another one related to different countries and the way the parties are working. Um, Communist versus capitalist, where they are trying to say all the wealth is mine and control it. Capitalist who try to gain wealth and say try to distribute it. And this also is also Atyahara because the wealth belongs to Krishna. They all think the wealth belongs to them and they try to control it and then try to accumulate it.
Very nice, very nice. So, hope all of you understand what is this capitalist and communist. Already I explained to you in Ishopanishad, the initial verses. Prabhupada, wildly, not just devotion or a lot of sentiment and devotion. He takes the social aspect and gives such a simple but very profound presentation. Capitalist is the one who thinks says that but through business we can increase money, so the private people will have the money and the business and they will increase the economy. And capital communists are like say that every citizen is equal, so give all the money to the government. Government will have all the grains, rice, everything should be submitted to the government. Government will provide ration to the public. So government tries to act as, like God. I will supply. I am the only supplier. You may produce, may not produce. Whoever is producing should submit it to the government. Now government will make a ration and they will give ration to the citizens. So collecting so much in big bandar, they will collect in big warehouses, all the items, and they'll become the single supplier of everything. That's also collecting more than necessary. Capitalists, they want to privatization and they want to also own things. Okay, very good. Anybody else? We'll go to
Sorry,
the next.
Mataji.
Okay, who's that? Tell.
Disha.
Yes.
Mataji, another example for that Karmi father who just accumulated more and more for his upcoming generations. But then he just uh, like he spent his life collecting more and more, but later he was born in a cobbler's home. So this was also an example given for a Atyahar only, whereas his children had just, I think, beaten up the cobbler. That example also was given in this context, I think.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Same example Prabhupada gives in one of his lecture also in a little elaborate manner. A person who has so much atyahara, he has collected more than necessary, he has built a big bungalow, everything, and he handed over to the children. Then he died. So later, due to some karma, he was born as a son of a cobbler just opposite to that house. So in a hut. Then he is seeing, oh, this is my house only. This is my son. He was able to identify the past life. So he's going there and speaking to them and talking to them. And they are, see, this cobbler boy is coming always to our house. Beat him up. Why he is coming? Maybe he is coming to rob something. Then they beat him up. So it ended up in frustration. Collecting more than necessary ended up in frustration. Good. Very nice.
And Mataji, also there is in purport it is given that all means entire world is suffering because of this atyahar. You know, if we see that in animal kingdom or in bird kingdom or any other different than human being, everything is supplied by God and they are living very peacefully. But only we are human being. If
Mm,
given there is given a bag of rice is placed, so bird will come and he will take his part. He will
mm,
not do atyahar. But
mm,
a human will come, then he will eat also and he will take all.
mm.
So if this is not, then human being can also be live peacefully and he will not also suffer. Given that.
Yes, yes, very nice. Like the birds and animals, they are not accumulating so much. Of course, ant is something which will accumulate for rainy season and all. Due to that cause, whatever is accumulated, one raindrop falls, everything is gone. This entire thing is gone. But still, generally, animals and birds are dependent. See, the God who provided today will provide you tomorrow also. So when we accumulate more than necessary, it ends up in lot of frustration. And the example, as Prabhu mentioned, the bag of rice is put in the street, and the birds will come, how much ever it they want, they'll just eat it and go fly away. Maybe the other birds they'll inform that there is food there, they'll also go and take it. But when a human being sees, first thing is he won't inform others and will try to drag the entire rice to his home, collect more than necessary. So this is bhakti vinashyati. Mm. Okay, any other point? Anybody? Okay. We'll go to the over enduring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain.
So that is called prayasa, Mataji. So
Prayasa.
prayasa.
Mm.
So the attempt should be, the endeavor should be done to understand the real purpose of life, to inquire about absolute truth. If it is not to inquire about the absolute truth, then it is to satisfy our artificial needs.
Mm.
So a spiritual aspirant should avoid mundane endeavors.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Maji, also this was written that this atyahar causes prayas, like this wanting
Yes.
more and more
Very good point. Yes.
causes
It's
prayers.
like a chain. The greed ends in this prayasa. Also, atyahara ends in prayasa. Interest to have more. Okay, you got something. And you want more. then again endure, then more, then endure, then more, then endure. Okay, you won't even have time to enjoy what you have accumulated because you're always enduring. Oh, that person, he works very hard. Okay, then he works very hard. Prabhupada said that whoever it is maximum, he can eat also two chapatis only. He cannot say that, oh, yeah, I have accumulated 1,000 chapati, I will eat because I am rich person. Try to ask him to eat 1,000 chapatis because okay, you're the richest man in India. Okay, now you eat 1,000 chapatis. We'll all poor people will eat. The middle class will eat 5 chapatis. The poor will eat two chapati. Not like that. Everybody has a capacity. They can eat 3 chapatis, maximum 4 chapatis, 5 chapatis. That's all. That is the capacity. Whether he is very rich or poor. So the consumption, that is only possible. But because of this over accumulation, prayasa ends up in over accumulation ends up in prayasa. Okay, good. Anybody wants to add up?
Yeah, one more to add, Mataji.
Yeah.
Prabhupada talks about two kinds of prayasa. That's what I understood. One is direct and other one is extended. Direct is they directly are wanting a sense gratification for them, so they do prayasa. Extended is where they are not interested in self gratification, but they want sense gratification for others, so they leave all, but then they work so much for others' sense gratification, let's say for somebody else or family members. So that is extended form of sense gratification, but that sense gratification should be for the it should be for Krishna's sense gratification.
Oh, very nice. Very, very profound point. That the extended, sometimes people call it sacrifice. It is not sacrifice. Prabhupada calls it extended selfishness, extended sense gratification. People want to glorify themselves. Okay, I am sometimes the father of the family is glorified so much. Oh, my father, he had only two dhotis. He didn't have anything for himself. He sacrificed for the family like this. So here Prabhupada says that that is extended selfishness because that is your family. You didn't do to other family. No, some people say, no, 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 no. That person does social service. So much help in our street. Today our street got water. Our street is very clean means that person only helped. Why only your street? Why can't you go and do in America there is a street? Why can't you go and clean it? Why can't you become a sweeper there? You're not. So my country, my street, my city, my language, my family. So anyway, is self-centered only because it is my. And why are you doing it? You are getting some satisfaction, which is more than your self-enjoying satisfaction. Selfly, if I enjoy something, a gulab jamun, it will not be very. It is very tasty for me. But when I give it to my son or daughter, it is more tasty for me. So without me eating, giving that is not sacrifice because it gives me some kind of sense gratification, satisfaction in the mind. That is why I'm doing it. Why are they doing it? Overall idea is I have to enjoy. Sometimes I will physically enjoy by eating myself. Sometimes I subtly enjoy by providing to my immediate family members whom I love. They are extended parts of my body. So it is again like serving yourself only. So very nice concept. Yes. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Anybody else
In this,
want to add?
yeah,
Yes, over enduring
actually,
karma. Huh?
yeah. So over endeavoring means is Prabhupada mentioned in this Prabhupada that it should be means prohibited because human life is meant for God realization. So if we will
Life is
live,
made for?
means Krishna to
Your
Krishna.
mic is not clear. Your mic
Yeah,
is
yeah.
some sound is producing. Ah.
Human life is meant for God realization or means Krishna realization.
Mm.
So if we are just doing over endeavor means like we have created or invented so many unnecessary things like factories,
Mm.
this
Mm.
slaughterhouses, all those
Mm.
things.
Mm.
So all those things are just creating and taking our energy.
Yes.
So instead of all this, if we, again, same points, if we have some simple,
Mm.
land or cow, or if we are living simply, then that is more profound for our Krishna consciousness
Yes, yes,
life.
true, very true. So that human energy is meant for Krishna. The energy, so many activities we can do for Krishna. So many. Even that preaching can happen in that same area. We can preach and make others devotees. So the human energy is very much wasted by unnecessary activities. That is over enduring, it is called. Okay, good. Anybody else? I think important points, everything we discussed. Okay, come to the talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. Prajalpa. What is Prajalpa? Anybody wants to give some point?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Go ahead.
Yes,
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Sumedha.
So Prajalpa is Prajalpa is unnecessary talking. So it's said that if we meet with few friends, we start talking unnecessarily, and Prabhupada says it sounds like croaking toads. So Prajalpa involves reading newspapers, magazines, novels, and watching televisions. And nowadays, people are so much into using social media unnecessarily, watching something and everything. So all of this should be avoided. And if we want to talk something, it is said that we have to talk about Krishna consciousness
Very good.
and avoid going into doing Prajalpa and stuff.
Yes. So talking mundane is considered like croaking of frogs. It will invite the death. So unnecessary talk should be avoided. Necessary talk is there, which we are working in some office, there will be some meetings. So we cannot say, no, I won't talk Prajalpa like that. So that calls, duty calls, and based on the duty, we do some things that is not considered. You may be working in a call center. You may be calling many people, though you cannot say that I am doing mundane thing or whatever. But generally, we know consciously when we associate and we spend time, it's, eh, we should see to that it is filled with Krishna consciousness. Talks. Okay. Any more point on Prajalpa?
I think it was not mentioned about just talking as well. Also, the activities that is done by person instead of involving in Krishna conscious activities, like in Western countries, they are when they get old, they just go to the club, then spend time playing cards and doing whatever they like to kind of I didn't without knowing what to do, they just spend time just for uh, doing some activities not worth that. And also, this I didn't really get Mataji. Everybody tends to solve puzzles, do whatever it is, like basically challenge their mind when they have free time. So even this is called as Prajalpa by Prabhupada.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. I think you covered important. Anybody else want to add up to that?
So intelligent persons should not take part in all those things mentioned by
Yes.
Prabhu.
An intelligent person will not waste his time. He won't take part in this unnecessary talk. He will immediately move away from that place. Once that how the Krishna consciousness is not palatable to that person, he will go away. Right? You talk about Krishna, the mundane person will get up and go. And when they speak that subject, why should we be there? We can get up and come. That's all. As simple as that. Right? Hmm. Good.
This I didn't understand that completely, Mataji. Because we tend to increase the IQ even for kids. We ask them to solve puzzles. We also ask to watch maybe serials to learn language, or I mean, I know it's more of a sense gratification to watch serial. We also tend to watch news because without knowing the news, we cannot really go out and understand what's going on. So, I mean, would this also be a Prajalpa? Because some certain things we need to do because we need to be aware of the information around.
That is part of your duty. Like you may be reading children's books, you may be teaching certain things to them through some, for example, that just what is that called? English learning serial is there. One multi-language students will come and the teacher will teach like that. British, it's a British comedy serial, but it is nothing but there will be an English teacher and there will be students from all the various countries of the world, and he'll be teaching English, some words and everything. So in this way, certain things were your duty. If you do, that is not considered. But voluntarily you go and sit with the karmis and chit chat, that is considered. Sit with the karmis and you start relishing sitting and chatting with them regarding that. As a matter of duty, you look at something that is different. But you sit and relish, talk about it, relish about it, discuss about it. Non-Krishna conscious subjects sparing time with non-devotees, that is not, that is detrimental to Krishna devotional service.
Deliberately going and doing something without purpose, probably.
Yeah, reading newspaper, just getting to know what is going on in the world. Prabhupada also did. Prabhupada will ask them to bring newspaper every day. He want to know what is going on in the world. So Guru Maharaj also watched the TV, news. Every time he will watch news. Sometimes in some places while he is eating, they will put the news. So while taking dinner prasadam, he will watch that day's news in international channels. So which country is warring with which country, they may need to know. So they will be knowing. So if it is adding value to your life, adding value to your children's life, later, see, today when we are giving lectures, I'm giving lectures to you. I am talking about all these things because there is some awareness of me in the world. It is not we are so naive and foolish. And how will you preach with the common man? They won't even listen to you if you're not. But that doesn't mean that I will prove my knowledge. I will learn what Einstein said, he said, that said, and bring all the useless scientists and junk and rascals and fools and junk and show them as an authority to prove the devotional service. No need to use them to prove the service. They are all to be simply used as a service to Krishna in a little bit touching here and there. That's all can be used with them. They are not the authority to claim. They are not the authority to prove the devotional service. So sometimes devotees go and gather totally unnecessary information. Totally unnecessary. And they say that I'm giving presentation in scientific way. So we'll be expecting, okay, he's going to explain the science of the soul, science of some Krishna. But at last, all you hear is some psychological words, NOI, ROI, this, that, and all, about business terms, this and that, or scientific terms, sin theta, cos theta. Nobody will understand it. Unnecessary information, extra overburdening our head with totally unnecessary information. Already we have forgotten Krishna for millions and millions of lifetimes. Now only we started remembering. And the more information, knowledge you get from unnecessary things, that is going to haunt your head. So you draw the line. You know justice. Do justice to devotional service. Don't make yourself feel guilty. So you do justice to devotional service if you're properly chanting, properly finishing your rounds. And then for children's sake, you're showing them some serials or whatever it is. You need to watch it before you show them. There are genuine or credibility has to be checked. No, you cannot. Okay, some houses they say that the children they are bugging the parents. So the parents say, okay, watch something, and they give the remote, or give the mobile, so that the children will keep quiet. So you just check, even if they are playing some games in the in the mobile, check whether any adult content is coming, some meat eating, gambling, illicit sex intoxication is coming. We don't know what is going to pop up there. So we should also protect our children with unnecessary. We should not make them contaminated by unnecessary things. So that and all are part of the duty. There is nothing wrong. Unless consciously is sitting and chatting, prajalpa means really seriously involving in indulging. That is what we are talking about, prajalpa. Which will destroy the bhakti creeper. It must be strong, no? Some simple things, that is not. But gradually the simple thing should not become serious thing. That we should be very careful about doing it. In our consciousness, we know what we are doing, right? Accordingly, you do, that's okay. All right. Practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them. Niyamagraha. Anybody wants to add some point, because already it's 9 by time. Quickly.
Yeah, Niyama Agraga is accepting scriptures, rules, and regulations for immediate benefit. So, an example was given like a utilitarian advocate, just for the material benefit. Niyama Agraha is failing to accept rules and regulations for spiritual advancement. So, people in Krishna conscious should follow the niyama, the rules and regulations, by avoiding the following the four regulative principles. So
Very
that
good.
was good. Yeah.
Because sometimes people, they add up rules and regulations. They add up to claim authority. To claim authority, I follow more than you. No, sorry. We all follow the same. No meat eating, no gambling. We are all same only. Don't try to show yourself higher by extra adding two more niyama. I will follow that also. In Ekadasi, I will do Nirjal fasting. Why? Whom do you want to show? What is this advertisement? Prabhupada had Anukalpa Prasadam. Guru Maharaj is having Anukalpa Prasadam and chanting your rounds and doing your duties and go for book distribution or preaching or do your duties. Go to the temple. Don't tell Ekadasi, I'm feeling weak. I didn't eat anything from the morning. I didn't drink water also, Nirjal always. Hmm? Then I'm getting giddiness and you fall sick. Not like that. Don't excess do it. Don't do it for show off. Sometimes people unnecessarily add, you cannot go around Tulsi, you cannot stamp on. One time to Prabhupada, they wrote a letter. Prabhupada already taught them Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namo, Je Tomara Sharanaloi, that song. So this one letter I directly read it in the Veda base, the other Veda base, installable Veda base, that there was a letter in which they were asking. So some people say that when we go around Tulasi, we should not put our feet on the shadow of Tulasi. And another 2 3 mantras they wrote. Can while plucking the Tulasi, you need to chant this mantra. Like this, they wrote the letter. 2 or 3 mantra they put. Then Prabhupada wrote a letter back saying that I already taught how to worship Tulsi, what songs to be said. No need to add any new rules. No need to add any new niyama. There is nothing like that while going around Tulasi. You cannot put your feet on the shadow of Tulasi. Some things. So these religious people, they like to add up some niyama extra. They will add. Already, so we are given very simple niyama and we have to simply easily follow it. Strictly, then we can follow strictly. So adding masala to it, adding enhancing, that is not required. Good. Next. Anybody wants to talk about this niyama agraha? Niyama agraha, following too much, carelessly avoiding. Okay. So let us go to the next. Associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Janasanga. So what about this association? Worldly minded people.
So, uh, Narottam Das Thakur also wants us not to associate with person who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. We should only associate with the person, or we should live Bhakta Sange Karva. And if actually we also see in our practical life that if we associating, then Prajalpa will start, then we will also become in the same thought. We will associate. For example, if there is talk of stock or any commercial thing is going on, if we are associating with that person, so we will also become interested in that thing, and also we will start talking like that. So we should only associate with person who are talking about Krishna. So we will be in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, association, will take away from Krishna consciousness.
Very good. I think you summarized everything. Anyway, we'll see a quick overview tomorrow also. Anybody want to add to this?
Mataji, there were also three other kinds of people. I think this also falls under the worldly minded people. Also, avoid association with Mayavadis who simply blaspheme the Vaishnavas. Avoid Bhakti karmis who are interested in material happiness. Mukti karmis who desire liberation by merging into formless absolute Brahman. Siddhi karmis who desire the perfection of mystic yoga practice. It is
See
written.
how wonderful is this? How amazing. Whenever we see that Janasanka avoiding non-devotee association, we think karmi only. And we go to some yogi, we become friendly with him. So sometimes I see devotees when something is Ayurveda or somebody yogi is standing upside down, some Patanjali, whatever. They will build relationship and they'll think we all belongs to the same clad. Let us all make a sangha, union of all religious people. Let us all come together. So this Mayavadi is generally envious of Krishna. Why should we go and mix with them? Just to maintain our social status or to claim our religion. Okay, Hindutva, some religion. Or we are all sadhus. So, not a devotee. The devotional service will be destroyed due to this unnecessary mixing. Voluntarily, you go and mix with them. Very nice, wonderful point. Yes.
Mataji, and they have also called, all these people are also called Atyaharis. They are also, there's a point which says they are
Yes.
also
Yes. They are
Atyaharis.
doing more than, see, certain aspects, certain we have to mix. See, non devotee, I'm going to some grocery shop. There are many people standing there. I may need to sometime talk to them. Is it available? That is available. Then I go to the billing counter. So it is not that we totally avoid not even looking at their face or anything like that. So more than necessary, we should not do it. There is something called necessary and there is more than necessary. That is the drawing line. What line you draw? What is the limit? You're doing it. Like Prabhu asked the question for children or something, we need to watch some educational videos, be with them or show them like. So yes, you draw the limit. So insofar we are within the limit, that is not an issue. That is your fully control of your spiritual life and your everyday material life. So that control should not be lost. It shouldn't become excess. Sometimes you see people, they become crazy over something. I want, that means I want coffee, tea. Especially I saw that how addictive it can become. They want it. Somehow or other they want it. So I feel it is similar to alcohol or sometimes even more than alcohol. It is powerful. Because it's easily available and it is cheap and people make it at home. They make a habit of making it at home. Think if a family is making alcohol, how will anybody associate with them in the educated community? Will they give their daughter in marriage or nothing? They will never associate with such a family who's making alcohol at home. But we are all making coffee and tea at home. Not we. We as devotees are not doing. Generally, the karmi is doing it, non-devotee. Very good. Yes, it all ends up in that atyahara, collecting unnecessary, talking unnecessarily, more than required, more than required. So this should we should be careful. Ati ahara. Okay. Anybody
Hare
wants to add?
Krishna.
Yeah.
Not that I'm adding, just a clarification like Bhukti Kamis, Mukti Kamis, Siddhi Kamis. Imagine this is like Jnana Yogis,
Yes.
Dhyana Yogis.
Yes.
So
The
that
word
only.
karma is there, no? What does that mean?
Lusty desire. No desire, unwanted desires.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. What is the question?
So, no, what I'm wondering is this Bhukti Kamis, Siddhi Kamis, these are like these Dhyana yogis, Jnana yogis only, right? Even with such people, we are not to associate them. That's
Yes, yes, because they have karma. There is a word Krishna is telling in third chapter, third canto. Sangat sanchayate kama. How does a pure spirit soul, how does the pure spirit soul become so contaminated? So Krishna is telling by association. So when you associate, sometimes I see that people appreciate them. They claim themselves, sometimes devotees think we belong to them. Actually, the person who has not developed faith in devotion or has not understood devotion, we can very clearly see that they are neophytes. How much ever senior they are, pose themselves to be great learned person giving excellent lectures, but we know that they are neophytes because this basic instruction they are not understanding. They feel themselves, one he is also wearing saffron, I am also wearing saffron, we belong to the same category. They identify and they mix. They have sammelan. So has not understood devotion. Very clearly here Prabhupada is writing, we read it and practice as it is. Simple. We don't change our principles and values just to gain some social uh, relationships. The other person may be very famous. Okay. You're going and mixing. Okay. For what? Have you made him chant one round every day? Were you capable? Prabhupada made the drug addicts also chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Drug addicts and rogues and rascal. Okay, you're claiming this person is very great sadhu. You associated with him. You smiled with him. You dined with him. You had meetings with him. And you're having some projects together with him. Did you make him chant at least one round every day? Or at least he's chanting when he's coming for the meeting one round with you? Can you make him chant 108 times? Claiming that this is Krishna consciousness doesn't mean fanatism. We should not only like devotion, we should not speak like that. We should be socially with everybody. So you may become very famous among the crows. But we are talking Paramahamsas. We are talking about swans. Swans are rarely found. Crows are found everywhere. So if you go to social media, you can find a lot of crows. But the principles are given in this purports. And we follow Prabhupada sincerely. That's all. That's all. Whatever we gain, if we don't cultivate, another Acharya will come and cultivate. Somehow or other, the spirit soul will be delivered. It is not that I have to have 1,000 followers. So many crows will clap for me. Then I will do it. And I don't follow the principles of the Acharya set in the books. So that is what is. So of course, mixing with them is not favorable for devotional service. Mixing more than necessary only is mentioned. Like basically, if we come across them, if they approach us for something, we properly respond, we properly communicate. But identifying ourselves as one of those crowd, I'm also sadhu, you're also sadhu, we are also Hindutva, we all join together and we'll make a sammelan. That is not appreciated. Prabhupada went to many of those forums and they didn't respect the devotion. So devotional service has its own respect. And if we don't keep it up, then nobody is going to. So we should stick to these principles and it will be all attractive and relishable for everybody. And we should wait for them to mature. We are eating the raw mango and it will be bitter only. So they come to Krishna consciousness. If they start chanting, certainly there will be transformation. Whether they join our organization or not, he may be a sadhu from beginning. One example is Navayogendra Maharaj. He was a yogi teacher or something. He had many disciples. He was a yogi, not a yoga teacher in the society. He was a proper yogi. Then he read some books in Vrindavan. He came, like a tour, he came. Then he read some books and he became very attracted. Then he became disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So he came with some little followers also. And then they all became devotees. Some of them became devotees. He was able to make them, but some of them he was not able to. So one time, this past time in the Prabhupada disappearance day is tomorrow. So I would like to narrate every year earlier, many years, more than 10, 15 years, me and Prabhu used to go every year for Prabhupada disappearance. Govardhan Puja, Prabhupada disappearance. That is the time Diwali leave we get in the office. So, and the tickets are very cheap during the Diwali night and all. So we book the midnight flight or something which is very cheap, and then we come every time to Vrindavan. So there in the Prabhupada disappearance day speech, this past time Navendra Yogendra Maharaj told how he came to Krishna consciousness. He was a yogi with very small followers, but he became. So then, after he became a devotee, after reading some book in the temple, got some book and he was staying under some tree and all. Then he read. Uh, I don't remember exactly where and how this happened, but he became a devotee. He was a yogi. So one time he was fanning because of tomorrow's Prabhupada disappearance day. I'm just adding up one pastime, very nice, which I relished at that time. He was fanning. There was somebody who was fanning Srila Prabhupada. In Vrindavan, Prabhupada was sitting and giving a lecture or talking something. Somebody was fanning and fanning Prabhupada. So that time, that person want to get relieved. That time, Navayogendra Maharaj came and he said, I'll fan it. So he took it. Then the other person got relieved. Then the Navayogendra Maharaj started fanning Prabhupada. Prabhupada turned back and saw, okay, the small boy, young boy, but young man, not boy. And he's fanning, and he's a yogi who became my disciples like that. He just saw. And then he continued his speech. So when he started doing sometimes 5 or 6 times, uh, then the devotee said, don't do that because already fan is on. So because already fan is on, there will be too much of wind because it's a little light, mild, cold season. So like that. So whereas Navayogendra Maharaj really wanted to do it. So he started fanning very slowly and like this, and he doesn't know whether to continue or not. That time, what happened? Current went off. Current went off. That time, Prabhupada turned back and said, what, Navayogendra, you started using your yogic power. You stopped the current to fan me. Like that, he asked, it seems. So it was a very nice pastime. The yogi became a devotee. Atma Ramaschamunayo Nirgunadi. Even liberated souls will get attracted to Krishna. Who will not get attracted? So somehow or other, the Krishna consciousness is so beautiful that he became attracted. A yogi became a devotee. And of course, now also, he has so much rules and regulations and niyama. Oh, Krishna. Nobody can even get married. Nobody can get married. The way how they are taught, the way the brahmacharya and yogi, that background is affecting certain aspects of Krishna consciousness. Certainly, that vasana is a negative impact. It is not a positive impact because a empty vessel. I used to always say, a clean slate is easy to write. Unmolded clay, you can easily make a pot, whatever shape you want. But already, if the pot is molded, then you're breaking it and again burning it and again mixing with water and making, nothing will come properly. It will be distorted. And in a slate, you're writing and writing and you're rubbing and then writing. How it will be? It will be very dirty. But if it's an unclean slate is there, you can write it. Same way, foreigners, they didn't have any religion at all. They were clean slate. And whatever Prabhupada gave, and that is the only teaching, and they purely grow. That time, I'm telling like Guru Maharaj and all, that generation, I'm talking about those who are very senior and active and nicely know the philosophy. They stick to Srila Prabhupada's teachings nicely. But when already somebody has practiced something, oh, I know Krishna. Oh, I know Govardhan Leela. I know this. So when already I know is there, already something is written there. And when you write it, one example I'll tell. There was a violin teacher, a guitar teacher. There was a guitar teacher, and there was one student who came, and and he was sitting there. Then the guitar teacher, then another student also came. They wanted to join. So the first student, the guitar teacher asked, "Okay, do you know guitar?" So this first person said, "Yes, I know." A little bit I learned when I was small and all. Then I played a little bit in my home also. There is some guitar. Sometime I try to play like that. I want to learn. Then he said, okay, you have $10. Your fees is $10 a month, or like this, $10 a month. Okay. Then the next person was also there. Okay, do you know violin? No, I don't know anything. I don't know guitar. I don't know anything. I've not even seen guitar. I've not touched guitar. Then he said, yes, I can teach you also. So, but your fees is only $5. So the other person was surprised. I already know my fee should be less. Already I know something. Then the teacher said, no, for him, I just need to teach him guitar. That's all is my duty. But for you, I need to make you unlearn what you learned and then make you learn guitar. I need to teach you properly. So you already are messed up in some learning. I need to undo it. So sometimes people are not able to, already the jar is full, already some information. Sometimes they come into the society of devotees, they'll start guiding everybody. Don't do this, don't do that. Sit in erect. Only sitting you can chant. You cannot walk and chant. Why you are walking and chanting? You sit in one place and chant, because he is from some yogic background, and that is haunting his head. Is this favorable? It's actually unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. But he thinks very proud of himself that he is able to chant better than others because I'm sitting in one place and completing 16 rounds. Whereas another person who has some bodily difficulty, that Mataji already have numb feet or whatever, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, she sat and chanted, and the rest of the round she may walk here and there and chant. So this yogis and jnanis mostly catch the youth, because the yogic postures and whatever rules they are telling, the youth will foolishly follow without even questioning them. Second, their body may also cooperate with this, and people like that tapasya and showing off as if they are big sadhus roaming around here and there and all. So these are all certain things which has to be considered. So worldly minded persons also include kamis. Kami means desire. Kami means desire. Kama means desire. So any kami, mukti kami, siddhi kami, bhukti kami, siddhi kami, mukti kami, sakale ashanta, Krishna bhakta, nishkama, atayeva shanta. So the bhukti kami means ones who want to enjoy the material. That is bhukti, bhokta. Bhukti means enjoyer, enjoyer. Bhukti kami. Siddhi kami, moksha kami. Siddhi kami is the one who wants siddhas and he will do Paramatma realization, siddha and all, siddhic power. Siddhikami. Muktikami, those who want liberation, like Yanis or whatever, various process of liberation. So, or Sakale Ashanta. Why? They won't have Shanti, they won't have peace of mind. Because there is a karma which is haunting. I have to achieve it. You have a target in your mind. Then you cannot peacefully execute anything. It will disturb. You didn't complete. You have to target. You need to do it like this. What is that? Mukti Mukti Siddhikami Sagale Ashanta, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atayeva Shanta. So Krishna Bhakta, he doesn't have any personal desire. So he's Atayeva Shanta. He's the only person who is peacefully situated. So don't associate with them, thinking that they are also transcendentalist. You associate always with devotees. That's all. Full stop. No comma. Associate with devotees. No other transcendentalist, no materialist. Good. Very, very nice point. Okay. Being greedy from mundane achievement, any 2-3 points each 2 or 3 people can say. Laulyam means greedy. Atyahara, prayasa is very much connected with this laulyam, greed. Greed leads to atyahara. Greed also leads to prayasa. Okay. Any one point? Anybody? Add up.
Any form of, I mean, acquiring material prosperity more than what is needed, as what was described. It could be money, it could be, it could be anything, right? It could be mystic powers, it could be money, it could be wealth, it could be even knowledge, whatever. It's anything that is more than needed as a material prosperity. I think that is the one word that was used.
I'm asking why not? Why not we have more than necessary? Why can't you be? Only one, with one question I want to terminate this session. We'll continue on Monday. Read the third verse and come on Monday. But we have certain, we'll revise this in a nice way. Without missing any point, we'll go through a quick revision and then we will go to the third verse. Okay. Which is Bhakti Pranashyati, which is positive aspects of Bhakti. 6 points are going to come. What was my question? I forgot.
Why not?
Why not? Why not have more than necessary? Generally you tell, what are all the negativities you think?
It will affect our body and mind.
How?
If we have more than necessary, our mind will be filled if it is with respect to the wealth, we have to maintain it, safeguard it. Everything is there.
Yes. Fear of thief, fear of robbery, safeguarding. Yeah. What other headache? Maintaining. She told maintaining many items is such a difficulty. Then go ahead. Anybody?
Yeah, actually, it
We
will
will not stop.
simply steal our time
Time.
and energy.
Time. Very good. Time is wasted. Very valuable. Time is very valuable. Yeah. Jagannath. Yeah.
Yeah, we will not stop at a certain amount. We'll always endeavor
Very good.
to
That will
increase.
lead to greediness. Yes. This present economy is promoting this, no? Greed, over-enduring, atyahara. Purchase, purchase, purchase. Advertisement will keep on becoming. It started with the TV ads. The first they said Ramayana and TV came to India. From that time, advertisements, after Ramayana was over, immediately some Chitrahar will come, some songs will come. In between, buy this, buy Bonvita, buy this, buy that. This is toothpaste, this is toothbrush. So much advertisement and advertisement. Now everybody in social media, somebody becomes a very, very nice entertainment videos coming. People are innocently liking them. They suddenly become influencers. They are called influencers. Means they can influence. Now use them, use them, use them to push more products into their home. So whatever products are there in the market should be in the home, and whatever you are earning in the office should be with the corporate. So this exchange mela is going on. So increasing the greed, increasing even the property value, real estate, where if you can purchase there, it will increase there. And if you purchase there, it's an illusion. In those days, in 1,500 rupees, they bought 1 acre. Baba, in those days, 1,500 rupees is equal to 1 crore 50 lakhs today. So here, today it is 1 crore 50 lakhs and that day it was 1,500 rupees. And everybody was earning salary 30 rupees, 20 rupees. Then 1,500 is how much? Same, if you see the calculation, it will work out. You are earning 20,000, 30,000 and 1 crore 50 lakhs is the property value. And the same. So the inflation, that is also. So in this way, the illusion is created. The greed, this entire society is moving towards that. And we should carefully avoid it to keep our life simple and happy. Whatever necessary, we need to have all the necessary items at home. But unnecessary items need not be there. Because just because it is coming in advertisement and they are promoting, we should not keep buying it. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Any other point?
Actually, our already means wealth or something will be wasted in fulfilling this satyahara.
Yes. Already we are troubling with our senses and this and that. And with this, it will become even more frustrating. Time waste. Very nice. Okay. We all have taken this very seriously and let us all practice it nicely. But we'll also go through the entire purport quickly on Monday and kindly read the third section. See how nicely you're able to put the points here, and it's your own self reading. And for exam also, you're getting prepared because we are discussing in the class, you will remember it. The exam, anyway, options are going to be given. So easily you can pick up the right answer if you go through it nicely and come. Okay. Today's session was very nice. Thanks to everybody for your participation. Now we will resume on Monday with a quick recap on the second chapter, covering the important salient points, which I have prepared a nice slide for each of that, and we'll go through it quickly, and then we'll go to the verse 3, text 3 on Monday. So please read text 3 and come. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Let us offer our loving, respectful obeisances and to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Tomorrow is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. All of you nicely remember Srila Prabhupada, glorify Srila Prabhupada. So this is very, very essential.